What's up, you guys? And welcome back to another episode of
Your favorite Aunties podcast.
Now, we sitting up here smiling, friend, but what we gonna be talking about today?
You know, we're going to be talking about conflict.
Mm-hmm.
You know, between us. Between others. Family, friends.
Your man.
Your man.
Or your woman.
You know, because we do got some nephews.
Yeah, for sure.
We do got some unks.
They be watching.
And shout out to
y'all.
our
nephews. We love you so much.
We do. Y'all give us
like. Love you, honey.
And come in, baby.
They so sweet.
They are. Especially when they send us like all their stuff in the DMs. We like, dang, we really are your TTs,
yes. I love it when people be like, it's your niece, it's your nephew.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, baby.
Come here. You know, I tell them in the comments, like, give TT a hug.
Oh,
come here.
You're a sweet baby.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay, because we'll go off and tell them how much we love them.
Hello. The whole episode.
And you know what? And when y'all...
No, I think this is a good topic because we get a lot of DMs about like, oh, what should you do if, you don't get along with your mom or your family, or, oh, my man did this, or, oh, my friend, I'm not sure, we not getting along. And so I felt like this would be a good episode because it relates to life. Conflict is always present, things that we have to deal with and navigate. And so let's share some wisdom with them of how we've navigated conflict in different areas.
Well, I want to give you praise and bestow honor, because honor is due. You have grown so much in the area of conflict. And I really do recognize that you are finding your voice more and more every day. And you already have found your voice, but even the more, I feel like now that you found your voice, you're getting volume to it.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Raise the volume.
The person's like, oh, I do want to talk to you about something. That's like, hey, no, you need to know. I'm upset.
Yeah, because this is interesting because I know we're talking about conflict, but for the majority of my life, and even still now to a certain degree, I'm conflict avoidant. Mm-hmm. So I'm that type of woman that I don't like to engage in conflict. And so whatever I can do to circumvent that,
keep the peace,
that's what I'm going to do. And then also on top of that, I'm just a very easygoing person. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, baby, you can have it. I don't have the strength or the energy to be like, oh, I'm about to really just argue with you or go back and forth. Like, for what? It's just not me. It's not my personality. Mm. And it takes a lot to get me worked up. But we were talking earlier, and I can't even remember the last time I was just like really, really mad at somebody. I don't get mad a lot. I don't. Things bother me, but like angry, mad to the naked eye, like, no.
Oh, I feel like I'm mad a lot of times. It's like no, and they really had me messed up.
Yeah.
But then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. You just need to express yourself, get it out.
That really is it. Because once I express myself and I, feel like I let it out enough, I'm done with it. Mm-hmm. It's cool. I mean, I'll probably bring it back up one more time.
Now, have you always been like that though, or has that come with like your 30s, just getting older, more mature?
I definitely feel like I have calmed down a lot at this age bracket with my maturity. But even when I was growing up, I always kind of have been hot tempered. I kind of Like it doesn't take much to work me up, but at the same time, I don't stay mad for long.
Okay.
Like I really
you get over it fast.
Yeah, I do. Just as fast as I get on it, I'm over it.
Okay.
But I do get worked up. I'm like, nah, bump that. Yeah. I feel like you're trying to play with me. Or you're trying to play me. And then I get upset and I'll talk about it for a few minutes and then I'll be over it.
Yeah. I think that I've had moments now in my 30s where I'm like, okay, I could very well not say anything, but I'm going to say something.
Right.
And even if it's not for me, it's for the other person, because I feel like sometimes situations happen because nobody has told them. Nobody has taken the time to be like, hey, don't do that because this is what it does, or these are the consequences of when you just say whatever you want to say, or you're mean to people, or you. And so now, more often than not, I'll be like, you know what, even if it's not for me, this may be a learning opportunity for them, for me to be like, hey, here's my boundary that you crossed. I'm not okay with it. And wherever the chips fall, after I say that, that's where they fall. But I've just now gotten to that place.
That's good. That's good. And I think there are a lot of times in life where people go unchecked with their actions.
Yes.
And then they run into the right person.
Yep.
On the right day. And it's like, Nah, the gloves are up. I'm about to tell you about yourself.
Yeah, what they say, when you got the right one, you really got the wrong one.
Right. And when you got the wrong one,
you really got the right one. Okay?
Hello. Oh, okay.
Y'all gonna learn. But no, I think it's important. I feel better now just being able to like express myself. And I take a lot of pride in being articulate with how I feel. So that's also another thing that in the past would keep me from engaging in conflict because I don't feel like it's productive. I want to be able to express how I feel and be articulate about it so that you understand and we can work to some resolve. But all that like yelling, fussing, and cussing, it just doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
I'd rather read you with my words in an articulate, well thought out, communicated way than to be doing all that fussing and fighting, hooting and hollering.
Hussing and fussing. Because that's what we don't have time for. And we say it all the time. We'll do a lot of things, but going back and forth,
Not doing it.
it ain't one of them.
I need effective communication.
So what do you do when you feel like you can communicate effectively, but your family member, your partner, your friend doesn't?
I've had to find grace in that area and do a lot of reading between the lines. So I tell you all the time, like, friend, now I know this is what they said, but people are people. So in general, if they said this, you got to kind of take that initiative and take that responsibility of seeing or hearing what they were really trying to say. And then not being afraid to correct them on what they are saying or what they are not saying. Because some people just haven't been taught how to communicate effectively. And if we continue to skip over the opportunities to teach them or to provide those opportunities and those spaces for them to practice that, then they're never going to learn. So not being afraid to open up the space to have the conversation, but then also having a cap, having a limit, because it's only so much I'm going to tell you if I'm hitting a brick wall. Because now I'm finna beat a dead horse and drive myself crazy.
Okay.
So I'll let you know, and I'm going to communicate to you and even try to solicit that feedback back from you. But there is like a cap to where I'm like, okay, if you're not getting it, sometimes you just not getting it.
If you don't know by now, you'll never know. And there's only so much explaining I can do.
There's only so much.
I don't have the time nor the crayons to explain this any further.
You need to do the diagram like the girl on TikTok.
Hello? Maybe I don't.
So what you do is you make a right here. And when you make that left, so that's where you had me. Right there. That's where you went wrong.
I think it's really important to get to a healthy place in your communication.
Yeah.
And my way of getting into a healthy place in communication has absolutely been what? Therapy.
Yes, for sure.
And I think it's so beautiful now that I can host the relationships that I do with my family, my friends, and my romantic relationships because I've gone to therapy, because I've actually taken the time to grow in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. I think too, do you feel like the people around you know how to effectively communicate?
Majority, yeah.
So those who do not, what category do they fall into?
They're still very close to me, but I think I'm more conscious of the things that they do and they say. And I have to know, like, hey, they don't necessarily have the tools that you do or the desire to grow in an area. Or I think I exercise grace sometimes, maybe a little bit, not a lot.
The desire has to be there. I know one of my dating standards was somebody who communicated well. I can't do it in the dating world.
Right.
I can't do it.
I do it too much in life. I can't do it to the person I'm supposed to be with.
I need you to talk, baby. Just use your words.
If I got to come home to you and you're purposefully obtuse,
use your words. I think it's very attractive when someone's very articulate. Like, yes.
Or like, okay, we're going to get into this now. It's fine. What is it like being in a healthy relationship when you bring something to their attention
and they can receive it?
And they receive it and then give you feedback?
It's beautiful.
Oh,
I had never experienced
that. That's a good word to use.
You was about to take it to another place.
Was.
It's crazy because it's one of those things that's like you wouldn't know until you experience it. Because I think about all the times where even when I would try to express myself or voice myself in a dating situation, and I would just get met with like pushback or, oh, well, that's your fault if you felt like that. Yeah. Just like all these different things that never were what I said actually being received. especially thinking like I said it in a very nice way. Like I'm just trying. I remember one time in particular, I was talking to a guy. I didn't like the way he was speaking to me. And so we went to sleep, but I didn't sleep well that night because that conversation, I just really didn't like the things that he said. And so I had sent him a text the next morning like, hey, I didn't really sleep that well thinking about our conversation. I didn't like the way that we communicated. That's, that doesn't work for me. And so if like we can't communicate healthily, like we don't have to. To me, I said it nice. To me, that's nice, considering I don't like what you said to me.
Right. And I'm still trying to keep it cute.
I'm trying to keep it cute. His response was, well, number one, should nobody say nothing to you that bothers you enough so that you don't get sleep at night? And then two, I was just playing with you. So if you can't handle that, you just can't handle that. It's not my job to try to change what I'm saying for you.
Was I your friend?
No. You weren't.
I got triggered. And he lived to tell the tale?
Yeah, and like we didn't talk anymore after that. And he tried to like, of course, I was going to spin the block.
Of course.
But I don't like that. Yeah. I don't deal well with harsh communication because I don't give it.
Right. Ooh.
I don't deal with harshness, period.
Right.
So now to be able to be in a place where I can say, hey, like, I didn't really like the way you said that. And he'd be like, I apologize. I should have worded that differently. That's my bad. It's like,
I had several other points.
This was going to be like a back and forth situation, but okay.
I wasn't quite
received
prepared.
Your apology.
Yeah. And you wanting to.
So this is over now?
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it? Like, no?
No, it's just so.
It's crazy.
We're still going to dinner?
Make you glitch. Like, wait, what?
Burp? What?
But it's really nice. It's really nice.
I feel like getting into this place, it really is beautiful to know where you come from. And now to see where you are and just want to just make you just thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
He brought me out to bring me in.
And bring you through.
Hello.
Huh?
Thank you, Lord. All the time. We were talking about today. All the times where we just were about to settle.
And God said, baby,
and God said no.
What did that pastor say? He said, he'll break your heart for a season so it won't be broken for a lifetime. Baby, I could have run right there.
Ooh. That thing is real. It could have been in a situation with somebody who cannot communicate.
Baby.
Who's going to get mad at me for saying, hey, I don't like this? Like, come on.
Be incredibly for real at your big age.
I could say a lot of other things, but come on.
I could say a lot. A plethora. Cornucopia.
Baby, because your situation wasn't situationing. So then you can't be on top of that. You can't.
It's pipe down, buddy boy. Bucko.
Baby, listen, but they'll see it. They'll learn, but not with me.
Not with me.
I'm not in the classroom no more.
Hello?
I've been delivered.
I've been set free.
Yeah. What does it feel like for you?
It feels so good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I had a conversation the other night, and we kind of talked about some stuff and like some family things. And he was trying to share some stuff with me. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like this. And we just talk back and forth about it.
Yeah.
And I just
was
no
like, fight.
What? Mm-hmm. And I mean, we came to, it wasn't even like a place to come to resolve, but it was just nice to even have and host that type of conversation. I was like, oh, I could talk to you. Mm-hmm. And like, we could really get to the bottom of this, especially when your partner has been to therapy themselves.
You got to have an outlet.
Yeah.
You got to have an outlet. I think that's the difference too. Like him talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Both of them talk to people.
Oh, glory.
You know?
Glory.
But I can't, your partner or your best friend or your family member cannot be the only one you talk to.
Right.
One, they're not equipped to handle it. And two, you need a variety of experiences.
Right.
Because I think when I look back on situations where things didn't work out the way I expected, or they weren't able to handle conflict well, they weren't able to effectively communicate. If I look at their life, they didn't host relationships in any area well. So you can take a look at that while you're dating and see what kind of relationships do they have and with who, and are they good relationships? Because if they're not, they probably don't have the practice that they need to be able to effectively communicate with you.
I love that. Oh, that was so good. You got to look at somebody's life.
Yeah.
If you can't do it over here with Sally, how you gonna do it with me?
That's right.
If you talking crazy to your mama, what more will you do with me?
That's right.
It's a matter of time before you come out the bag on me. And guess what?
Not come out the bag, friend. You're so old.
I'm saying though, it's only so long until you're going to keep the peace for so long. In the same way you get to talking to all those other folk, you can come around here. You don't think again though.
Yeah, you know, speaking of keeping the peace though, I think that a lot of people don't communicate well or don't share their feelings in an effort to keep the peace. Because that's how I was in being like conflict avoidant. Like I'd rather just not say anything so that it doesn't start this, you know, thing that it doesn't have to be for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just not say nothing because it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be something that I don't want it to be.
Right. When I could just deal with it.
But I remember I was talking to my therapist and she was like, it was a particular situation with somebody in my life that I was talking to her about. And she was like, but do you really have a relationship with them if you cannot tell them how you're feeling? Because there should never be a consequence to you telling someone you love how you feel.
Friend, say that again.
There should never be a consequence to you telling someone you love how you feel.
And that love you back.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because in that situation, I'm thinking, well, if I tell them this, then they may stop talking to me. They may not want to be around me. And I want to host this relationship. So I'll just not say anything. But is that a real relationship?
Right.
Is that a real friendship? Is that real if you cannot express yourself? And I had to really like do a hard look like, well, guess not.
When you put it like that.
When you put it like that, I guess it's not. But that was tough for me because I was willing in a lot of ways to be like, I want this relationship. So whatever I need to push aside in me, my feelings, my emotions, my opinions, if I need to put that aside in order to have a relationship with you, I'll do that. Because I just value relationships so much. But it's not healthy for me.
So how does it feel to be liberated from that point?
It is beautiful in some ways, scary in others, because you have to stand in whatever is going to happen after you decide to say what you need to say. And so if that means, oh, we're not going to have a relationship anymore, I have to accept that before I even communicate to you what I'm going to say. And so accepting that sometimes and getting the boldness even after saying, wherever the chips fall, that's where they fall. That's tough. It's tough for me, I know. I tend to think about and consider other people's feelings so much above my own that it's hard for me to be like, oh, let me just say what I need to say. I'm very carefully thinking all the time what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, when I need to say it, because I always want it to come across in the right way.
That's so nice of you. I love that for you.
It's not your testimony.
I walk in another. There's another kind of grace.
Hello.
Now, let me tell you what happened. Because
Yeah.
No. I do think that I do a good job, or as best I can, at communicating and like, hey, I didn't really like that. Or let's talk about this. Or let me understand where you're coming from so that I can handle this a little bit better. I think I do pretty good at that.
You do. I think that you handle things very well. I think that my friendship with you was very refreshing in that we communicate very well. And you don't mind communicating ever about anything.
I'm always ready to talk.
Always. About everything.
Hey, ShaMarian, are you busy?
All the time.
No, not at all. Open heart surgery happening right now.
She's that one that'll be like, what are you doing? And then 2 seconds later, phone ringing. You could just text me.
No. Actually,
Get a call.
I have something to say.
No, I say all the time, like, I do not talk on the phone. I don't. But when we started talking for real, I told her, I don't really talk on the phone. And she was like, oh, okay. And proceeded to call me every day with no qualms about it. Hey, what you doing?
Did not think twice. Still don't. And then got to the point, y'all, where if I didn't call her, why haven't you called me today?
I know. I'd be like, oh, she ain't called me today. What are you doing?
That's so much more important than talking
to me.
Or like, you know how for like the longest time, you always get me on my lunch break. And then when you don't call me on my lunch break, it'd be like an hour later, I'd be like, what is she doing? And she couldn't call me on my lunch break.
Working.
Oh, you do have a job, huh?
No, because when ShaMarian is off, the whole world is off. She'd be like, yeah, friend, so I'm off tomorrow, so we could do this, so we could. I have to work.
Oh, right. Take a half day.
Right. No, yeah. But I think that our relationship has been just very refreshing.
Yeah.
I think it's very healthy.
I'm thankful for it. These last few years, they've been tough.
Tough, yeah.
And friend, you've been with me through some things.
Mm-hmm.
You've been with me through some friendships, some relationships. Maki da. Ain't that what she said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you and I have been through so much, and it feels so good to have you in my life, because I don't know if I would have been able to effectively get through these last parts of my life without you. Because you really do help me look at things from a different perspective. Because I know I be coming to you with some stuff. You be like, well, friend, I don't think it's that way. No, bump that. It is. And I know it is, because let me tell you why.
But the great thing is, like, I've progressed in that area, because before, when you would tell me stuff, I would just be like, okay. And now I'd be like, now, friend, now.
I'm not saying you was wrong.
Because you would ask me, you'd be like, no, say what you got to say. Like, you can say it.
Yeah.
But it took me a while to be like, okay, no, I really can say it.
Like, and believe
she's not
me.
going to take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, we believe the best of each other.
Yeah.
So no matter what I bring to you or you bring to me, I don't take it like in an offensive way or, oh, she hurt me. You want the best for me and I want the best for you. But it took me a while to like get to that place, because I didn't really have a lot of friendships where it was like that. Mm-hmm. It was like, oh, if I say this, then this might be taken the wrong way. But I love that we assume best intent.
I think that's what we need to, as people, walk into situations with, like, this person doesn't mean me any harm. They're not coming into this like that. And even if they do, allow Holy Spirit to weed them out. And just be prayerful of the relationships that you host, whether it be your family, your friends, or romantic relationships. That's good. Like, Holy Spirit, I want to walk into this thinking the best of this person. Reveal their true intention in its time, but help me to come into this not traumatized.
That's good, because our past experiences impact the filters that we take people's words through. And so it's not even what they said, is you thinking that, ooh, that sound like what that other person has said to me, and then they meant this, and then they did that. So you're taking it through all these filters, and it's like, no, it was none of that.
It was never that.
None of that. So,
I only asked you what time it was.
You got to heal. You got to heal.
You have to. It's a must.
Heal, sis.
And it's apparent in our comments.
Very.
We will say the pen is red. And see, that's why you masculine now.
Heal, baby. Just heal.
I quite literally just said the pen is red.
People go through stuff.
Yeah.
And it be real stuff.
Yeah.
And people ask us all the time, like, oh, me and my friend are growing apart. What should I do? Or I feel like my friend did this and I didn't like it. What should I do? And the only thing that you can do is go talk to them about it.
Right.
But I feel like in a lot of ways, too, sometimes as I see something converging and like going, I just let it go. I'm not really one, like, once I feel a separation or I feel like you moving different, I'm not going to run after you.
But see, that just became my testimony. And you know I was going through that.
Yeah.
Because I really hope when I have a relationship with somebody, that's
fight
it.
For it.
I do.
Yeah.
Tooth and nail. Like, and then I had to have a conversation with another one of my friends and her be like, nah, you can put in work, but that other party needs to put in work too. And it just can't be all on you to be in a relationship, to be in a friendship, to be in a family. Like, no, the parties have to do this together or else it's not going to work. And you'll run yourself ragged,
sure will.
Run yourself into the ground trying to run behind somebody and prove your worth.
That's right.
If somebody doesn't see your worth by your life and what you do, they're not going to see it. You never have to perform for someone who wants to see you.
That's good. That's good. You don't want to perform for anybody in your life.
Yeah.
They don't love you like that.
Right. Your life should be enough. You never have to put on more of an act than what you do. And when I say act, I mean just your life. You shouldn't have to put on in order to be seen. Be seen by just being in the midst of their eyesight.
That's good. But because some people want you to run after them. And they'll do stuff and act a certain way and say certain things literally to just solicit your attention.
Yeah.
And I'm not the one.
At all.
Because I don't go after nobody. As soon as I feel that cold space, all right, we good.
Yeah.
We good. Do your thing.
But I had to work through that in therapy. Because like that rejection and abandonment, that thing will chew you up and spit you out if you let it.
Sure will. That orphan spirit.
Up and out. up and get the bucket.
Anytime anything happens. And then some people just self-sabotage on their own
Yeah.
because of that like orphan spirit, that abandonment experience. Then they don't believe themselves worthy of having great experiences and great relationships. And so they end up doing something or saying something unknowingly to destroy it.
And my therapist would talk to me about that a lot. Like, you can't take the time to self-sabotage. You can't look at things from a negative standpoint. You have to allow things to naturally unfold. And as they're naturally unfolding, be okay with it. She told me that I had to start practicing radical acceptance.
That's good.
And when I began to accept radical acceptance, when I really began to take that on, I saw that there was a shift in my mind and my perspective, because it's like, it's going to be what it's going to be. And it is what it is.
That's right.
There's nothing more you can do or nothing less. What also another thing that I'm learning is, as long as I'm being myself and being committed to evolving, everything else around me is going to follow suit. As long as I'm being the best me that I can be at the time, everything around me is going to work out. Because if I'm giving my best, I'm going to begin to receive the best.
That's good.
And if I am not receiving the best, it will weed itself out.
Because life meets you at the level of what you feel like you deserve. And so either things are going to come down because you don't feel like you deserve it.
Right.
Or things and situations got to come up because you know that you deserve the best.
Right.
That's so true. But being able to like stand solid in that, easier said than done.
Much easier said than done.
What is it? The TikTok or whatever was like, I know my worth, but sometimes I have a little sale.
Girl, and when I came across that video, that thing got me.
It's true though. Sometimes you be having a little sale. What we say, don't let nobody get you for the low.
Top notch.
Top dollar.
You got to get the most, not the lesser.
And that's your job. That's your job to set that, I hate to say set the price because you're priceless, but it's your job to raise the bar and allow people to come up to meet the bar and not take it down for them.
Right. Auntie Tab, she said something real good. Shout out to Auntie Tab.
Auntie to the aunties.
Okay. She said that I don't have a price, but there are things that I'm willing to accept. And I said, okay, Auntie.
In exchange,
yeah.
For my time.
Because you'll never be able to afford me.
That's right.
But
I remember that. I saw that
I'll
clip.
be able to, I'll be able to work with you if I believe that it's good enough.
This is worthy of the exchange.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Baby.
good. That's good.
I love her.
Yeah, no, she says some good stuff.
Yeah.
Because you do, her and, I know this church don't like Iyanla, but baby, Iyanla Fix My Life was my show.
Baby.
She taught me some stuff on Iyanla Fix My Life. Okay? And
Okay.
she's one of the people that was like, don't apologize for who you are and how you carry. Set your standard, set your boundary. And if somebody crosses it, there should be a consequence. I was like, yes. No, true. Because people continue to cross your boundary because they've never had a consequence for doing that. But sometimes that consequence requires some conflict. And we don't want to engage in conflict, so we don't.
They got to see fat meat greasy.
You got to show them.
You got to show them better than you can tell them. Oh, okay.
It's the truth. And so a lot of those places where we get a DM like, oh, my friend did this, or my partner did this, whatever, they probably did that a couple times before. And you never said anything.
You just getting hip to it. It's gotten on your nerves enough. You're hurting enough. Oh, okay.
What that guy say? He said, if you still being picky, you ain't in enough pain. Once you reach your limit,
come on,
that's your limit, baby. But it shouldn't even get there.
Right.
As soon as you cross this boundary that I set, I got to let you know either you going to follow this or you got to go. Because one monkey.
Don't stop. No show.
What the thing going to do?
It's going to keep on rolling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Baby, I just love us.
I do too.
But we got to get on out of here.
Yeah.
And I hate to do it. I know I hate to do it. They can be like, well, why did you stop it? Y'all, we got to go. We got to get on up out of here. But guess what? We love y'all.
And we're going to do some more episodes. So
like, we're not over. The season isn't over yet.
We are about halfway through though. Y'all get your life.
Okay. And tell people about us. Don't just keep us to yourselves.
And for those who are sharing, thank you so much. That means a lot.
When they be like, I shared it with my women's group, or I shared it with my girls' Bible study.
Or me and my best friend watched this together. I love it.
No, those watch parties?
Yeah.
No. Y'all need to start tagging us in those watch parties when you and your girlfriends are like together, y'all watching us. Like, we need to see it, okay?
I love that.
And even the nephews, the nephews are sending our stuff out.
I love it.
You're like, yeah, I let my girlfriend listen. And then, okay. Shout out to you and your girlfriend.
Yeah. I love that.
No, listen, we love you all so much. We are out of time, but never out of content. Listen, y'all have an amazing, amazing day. We love you all so much. And this has been another episode of Your Favorite Aunties Podcast. Bye.